Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news making headlines today. 73 South Koreans accused of operating large-scale scam operations in Cambodia have arrived back in South Korea to face investigation. A chartered Korean air flight arrived at Incheon International Airport on Friday morning from Phnom Penh carrying the suspects who were forcibly repatriated. Authorities say the suspects allegedly defrauded 869 South Korean victims of around $33.3 million through romance scams, fake investment schemes, and other fraudulent activities. Arrest warrants were executed on board the aircraft, and the suspects were taken into custody upon arrival. The move follows public outrage last summer, when a Korean student was found dead after reportedly being forced to work at a so-called scam compound in Cambodia. Police say this was South Korea's largest ever repatriation of criminal suspects from a single country. Two major U.S. investors in e-commerce giant Coupang have formally notified the South Korean government of their intent to pursue international arbitration, accusing authorities of discriminatory treatment toward the U.S.-listed firm. Green Oaks Capital Partners and Altimeter Capital Management said Thursday they plan to file arbitration claims under the South Korea-U.S. Free Trade Agreement. The move follows a series of South Korean government investigations into Coupang after a massive customer data breach was revealed last November. In a separate filing to the Office of the United States Trade Representative, the investors also urged Washington to launch a probe under Section 301 of the Trade Act of 1974 and consider trade remedies. They claimed that enforcement actions against Coupang far exceeded those faced by rival firms, describing the data breach as limited, and accused officials of exaggerating the incident to inflame public opinion and harm the company. Top U.S. negotiators, including Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and President Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner, and Russian President Vladimir Putin have held talks in Moscow. Lasting more than 3 hours, the talks ran from Thursday night into the early hours of Friday. This comes after U.S. President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had a meeting on Thursday in Davos, Switzerland, which both of them described positively. On the sidelines of the World Economic Forum, the two leaders had an hour-long session on post-war security guarantees for Ukraine and plans for economic reconstruction. Netflix's hit animated film K-Pop Demon Hunters has earned 2 Oscar nominations. The nominees for the 98th Academy Awards were announced on Thursday, with the film recognized for Best Animated Feature and Best Original Song for Golden. Co-directed by Korean-Canadian filmmaker Maggie Kang and American director Chris Appelhins, the movie was released last June and quickly became Netflix's most-watched film of all time. Earlier this month, the film also won Best Animated Film and Best Song at the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice Awards. The Oscars will be held on March 15th. The Seoul city government has conditionally approved a request by K-pop megastars BTS to hold a comeback show in Gwanghwamun Square in March. BTS's agency HYBE asked for the BTS 2026 comeback show at Seoul to be held in the downtown square on March 21st. And in a meeting on Thursday, Seoul City granted conditional approval on safety conditions being met. The concert will mark BTS's return as a full group after 3 years and 9 months, and is expected to take place the day after the group released their 5th full-length album Arirang. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.